Welcome back to Attack of the Show, the loudest and most American show in Japan.
Today we are in Shinjuku, the neon-lit nightlife center of all of Tokyo.
Now, when you think of Japan, the first things that come to mind are probably electronics and maybe technology. And that probably happens after schoolgirls and anime porn.
And Tokyo is home to some of the largest electronics stores. And today we're going to Yodobashi Camera. It's kind of like the technology version of Willy Wonka's chocolate factory.
That's right. We sent our resident gadget guru, Will O'Neill, there. He got the golden ticket. He's going to get a glimpse at the future and let us know what's in store at a very special Tokyo edition of AOTS hardware.
Yodobashi is an amazing place. From the extremely useful to the kooky and creepy, if it has a power button, you can find it here. One thing I love about Japan are all these tiny laptops. Of course, I could buy one and bring it home, but the OS is in Japanese. Oh yeah, and good luck getting tech support. This Zacti camcorder is a must-have. That's 5x optical zoom, an SD slot, and it's water resistant. Now make love to the camera. A USB-powered vacuum cleaner for your keyboard in the shape of a duck. Okay, it's kind of silly, but at the same time useful. Sold. Sweet. Blinging out your tech is serious business in Japan. Yodobashi has an entire section dedicated to adding some bling to your ring, tricking out an MP3 player, or bedazzling a digital camera. If you're gay. And you thought the iPod was the only MP3 player in the world. Yodobashi has more MP3 players than Olivia Munn has low-rise jeans. And that's a lot. I think I saw this on the Howard Stern show one time. They're calling this an exercise device. Either way you look at it, though, it just feels wrong. I wish I could quit you. I've been up and down these aisles, and the coolest thing I've seen today is his Techniques DJ setup. It'll set you back a pretty penny, but I don't give a damn. It's cool. There's a lot to love at Yodobashi, and as far as I'm concerned, it's all electronic. So if you're into high-tech gear, get your ass to Tokyo and hit this store up. Now, Will's gotta go do some more shopping. Peace.
Thanks, Will. Now, if you guys want more information on the products that were just featured, head on over to our website at g4tv.com/Tokyo. Now, I gotta be real with you. One of the most amazing things about this country happens to be the visuals. I'm talking the ladies, my friends. As far as the eye can see, you've got short skirts and knee-high socks and schoolgirl uniforms. It's ridiculous, and sex has been on my mind all week. It's a good thing Olivia's here to rub the old Buddha. You know what I'm saying.
I'm coming to you from Kabukicho, the heart of the red light district right here in Tokyo. There's about as much sex in this part of town as there are neon lights. And there's a lot of neon lights here. Joining me today is Tamaki. She is a sex columnist and sex expert right here in Japan. She writes for a very famous sports magazine. Thanks so much for joining us. Now, our first question comes from some people back in America. They got lots of questions for us. They want to know what the Japanese people are into.
Why are Japanese men infatuated with bizarre things like cosplay, tentacle sex, and women's panties?
Okay, yeah, why do they love the whole anime and cosplay thing so much?
Japanese men are in a difficult situation right now because they are not talking to their families. There is a communication problem, so that is why they can't easily talk to females. So they connect with things like anime, cosplay, and manga, since they are unable to relate to women in real life.
Yeah, you know, I think that's a really good point because, you know, when they stay so holed up in their little rooms on their computers, reading their comic books, it's really hard to learn to communicate with the rest of the world. But I guess if they really like this little Western outfits, little hats that go off to the side, you know, I don't mind putting one on, right? She has no idea what I'm talking about. I'd put one on. Would you put one on? I think she would too. All right, now our next guy wants some Japanese wisdom for his love life.
Are there ancient Japanese remedies or bedroom secrets that could make me better in bed?
Okay, so are there any like Japanese secrets that we don't know back in America?
We have 48 different styles of sex acts. One of the styles is tying up the body with rope where the female enjoys the bondage by men. The other is rooted in a traditional Japanese sex toy, which is designed to look like the penis and is a symbol of masculinity.
That's so funny because back in America, I know there's a lot of people that get into the whole tying up and using the vibrators thing, but I had no idea that the vibrators came from little dolls that look like penises. Kind of ruins my whole Barbie collection. I'll never look at it the same. Yeah, thanks for that, Tamaki. Now, our next question comes from a guy who wants to know about Japan's sex drive.
I heard the Japanese have less sex than any other country in the world. Is that true?
Yeah, so do they have less sex here in Japan?
It depends on the person, of course, but in general, it is difficult to have sex at home because they live in very tiny houses, so they can't make loud noises, and that makes having sex difficult.
Okay, well, I've got some advice for you guys here in Japan then. You need to get creative with where you have sex. You know, like I live in a pretty small place myself. It's like 7 steps across the entire place. And, you know, you can go to the shower. Whenever you turn on the water, no one can hear you. You can go to the movie theater. I know it's hard, but if you go to a movie that no one wants to see, you go up into the back of the theater. There's plenty of ways. You guys, you know what, Japan, just give me a call. MySpace me. I'll get back with you. Okay, now our next guy has a question about the Japanese girls.
Japanese girls seem pretty quiet and shy. How are they in bed?
Yeah, why are the girls here so shy?
They may seem shy or timid, but even though they seem shy, they make a lot of noise.
That is so true because when I was watching this AV porno thing in my hotel room, it just happened to be on people. I didn't put it in myself. The girls were very quiet and so shy. They're like, oh, that is It's pretty good, huh? See, that's exactly how they are, which is kind of weird because they live in such small homes. You'd think that they'd be afraid of people hearing them. Well, thank you so much for joining me. Now, a man who's, from what I hear, pretty loud in the bed. Kevin, back to you.
All right, listen up, boys back home. It's time for an international edition of the Cockadoodle Do. Now, you want to put the old California roll and the Hello Kitties out here, I get it, don't get me wrong, but this ain't Russia. It's not Vietnam. They don't need a green card. They're not all running around saying, me so horny. It's not easy. Find yourself a chick who already speaks some English. That means she's already got an interest in the Western Wang. That's half the battle. You can thank me for it later. Sayonara.
Surprise! Jimmy the Geek's in town with your football and sumo wrestling picks. And the Loop hunts down and tortures Japanese horror films.